Question and one I expected. Why would I get bottom surgery if I knew I was going to detransition back to a boy this whole time? And the answer is really just that I was curious.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm going to be doing a reaction video to some things I find very disturbing coming out of the trans community. And I really do feel like I need to expose some of these people because they're really bad players in all of this. And they're the ones who are really creating a space that has become so toxic and creating a space for people to hate trans people more than ever. Remember, I'm going to keep reminding you, I have 31 years of experience in this space and these people were never around before, so I'm going to expose them. And before I move forward, thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, getting notified when I come on. And I really value you very much. I cannot do this without you. As you know, I really believe that we're creating a community here where we can push back and we can have conversation. And we're not all trans, or we're not even all LGBT. We're just people concerned with the insanity that's going on. So let's move to this first one, which I'm actually shocked. I actually thought this person was faking it until I did a little more research. And as far as I did in my research, they're not. They're actually, what they're saying is actually true. So we're going to watch this first one and then I'm going to make a reaction to it.
Question and one I expected. Why would I get bottom surgery if I knew I was going to detransition back to a boy this whole time? And the answer is really just that I was curious. I wanted to experience what it was like, the sensations, the emotional aspects, all of that. I was just very curious, and I'm very experience-oriented. So, yeah, there's no real reverse procedure for this surgery, and even if there was, I don't think I would go for it. I'm not sure. I don't really care either way because, gender doesn't really equate to that anatomy down there, and even though I'm a boy again, I'm just a boy without an eggplant.
Oh, this is exactly what we have been saying, many of us in the transsexual community. Not only that, this person wanted to try out what it felt like to be a woman, though they do not believe they are a woman. They just transitioned to see what it feels like. Let that sink in for a minute. To see what it feels like to be a woman. Well, let me just say something first to you, my friend. I am so mad. You have taken resources away from people who are actually dealing with real gender dysphoria because you, my friend, needed to try something on, play around with it, decided you're done, and now what I have been telling everyone, these kind of people, especially the ones who not even, the fact that this person actually had surgery is mind-blowing to me when they're not even trans, but they just wanted to try it on. But the people who are not actually transitioning, calling themselves women and men, and looking like the other way, they're the ones who are going to go back to living like their own biological sex and leave all of us to clean the mess up. Like this person right here. This person is exactly what I'm talking about, exposing the actual insanity of self-ID. That's how come people can do this. Because nobody is gatekeeping, nobody is watching, nobody is safely helping these people transition. This person, when I transitioned, a person like this would have never made it through this system. Then they would have never used up resources, they never would have made a joke about it, they never would have done the things they're doing right now, which now they're going to go back to living the way that they were born. You mean you're going to go back to living as a man, but now you have bottom surgery, but you don't really care about that because genitals don't really make who you are, yet you had surgery to have the genitals to be a woman, so make up your mind. Is it that or is it that? I know I'm mad. I'm very mad at this person and the fact that this community and our medical association let people like this slip through now. It's not even slipping through the cracks on some level because we don't even have cracks anymore. Anyone can just be trans. And that's what we keep trying to tell you all. These are the people that are representing the community who are fake. This is a fake person, trans person, who just wanted to try it on to see what it felt like. Wow. Wow. Just wow. Okay, I'm going to go to the next one here. Oh, God, I don't know how I watch these things. I just, I have to. I literally have to call these people out. So now I'm going to go to this next person that is just cringy beyond.
Hi, my name is Avosha, and I'm a 45-year-old transgender, pansexual, lesbian woman. Shortly after learning to speak as a child, I identified as a girl. In the early 80s, transgender people were virtually unheard of, so my family unsurprisingly convinced me I was a boy. In approximately 2018, I learned that I was attracted to. Due to always having valued human connection, I did some research. It was very gradual, but by November 2021, I had learned enough affirming language to have an epiphany. I was a trans woman. It answered virtually every weird question I'd had about my life and somehow did not feel like a surprise. Approximately 1 year ago, I learned that the one thing keeping me alive, preventing my own unaliving, through the most difficult journey of my life thus far, was gender euphoria. Because despite everything that I endured, I was finally receiving gender-affirming care. I can only, with immense anguish, imagine what my life could have been had I received such care and support from the time at which I first identified as a girl. I was 3.
Yeah, you were 3. You didn't know you were a girl or a boy. You were 3. You see these people, what they're doing? They're literally trying to say that they've always been this way and they've always known it, yet nobody affirmed them until they got this language. Well, then how did I know? 30 years ago, with nobody giving me anything of what you all have today. But I knew somehow that I needed to become this person without any internet, without any affirming language. And at 3, I thought I was a boy, but my parents just let me dress that way, and I ended up just being a tomboy and finding my space eventually as I got older. But this person said, I just can't even believe that we're letting people like this have some kind of voice in our community when they're making stuff up. You do not know you are a boy and a girl at 3 years old. You are just a human being. I'll tell you this right now, and you all know this is a fact. You cannot understand what you as a person are when it becomes to your sex until you go through puberty. There's no way you can understand what it means to be a girl when you're not even going through the puberty of understanding boobs and your menstruation and all the things that happen. Or with a boy, when you're growing and things are happening and it's just happening. That's when you understand your gender more than any other time in your life. So to say you're 3 years old and your parents didn't affirm your gender is wackadoodle. And we all know it's wackadoodle, yet here these people are. By the way, this person is AGP. There's no doubt about it. Nothing wrong with being AGP, but we need to let people who are AGP know they're AGP and understand what that means in the context of trans. AGP is a sexualization of self, a self-love of self. It is completely different than somebody who has actual gender dysphoria. And now we're equating anyone and everyone who felt like a boy at 3 or did these things. Do you know how many women write me who say, when I was 3 and when I was 10 and when I was 15, I was a tomboy. And if it was today, my parents would have transitioned me. That so many people say that. And today I'm a 30-year-old woman who's married, has 2 kids, and I'm super happy. But what if they would have transitioned those people? What if? What a mess. What a complete, total mess we are in. When we're let people like this say the things they say to try to represent our community and showing that you don't need gender dysphoria to be trans. The first one just basically was that. They don't have gender dysphoria. They just wanted to try it on to see how it felt. And they went so far as to have actual surgery to see how that's some kind of mental illness. Nobody would do that to themselves. Nobody who was actually in their right frame of mind want to try it on just to see how it felt and go through surgery. Well, thanks for watching. I do appreciate you all so much. If you have stuff you want me to react to, just send it to Seth or me. We'd be more than happy to do that. You know, it's exhausting. I just tell you, this stuff is exhausting. I mean, sometimes I just can't even believe it. I'm just in shock. But if it wasn't for all you, I wouldn't be sane, my friends, and I wouldn't be able to do this with a smile on my face. So I'll see you guys all in the next one. I'll see you on the lives on Wednesday, and have a beautiful rest of your day, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. And remember, you are loved, my friend.